Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got absolutely perfect weather conditions, as you can see, lovely rain and very high winds for my final ride on the Honda GB350S. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you 8 reasons why I think this is a cracking bike to buy. So if you're interested to know my thoughts, jump on the pillion seat and I'll take you all for a ride. So first up is the price. Now this bike is priced just below £4,000, which in my opinion is absolutely spot on for the manufacturing quality of the bike, the brand of the bike and where it's aimed. At £4,000 it allows new riders to get into motorcycling. It also allows riders who may want a second bike for commuting or just a little bit of fun to purchase that second machine. And then thirdly, if you're an older rider and want to get back into biking but don't fancy shelling out tons and tons of money, again the Honda GB350S is priced nicely to allow that to happen. Also, for me, with it being a Honda, you've got some kind of guarantee over the build quality and the reliability of the bike. So for me, £4,000 for this bike is an absolute winner. So next up, we've got the engine. Now this is an absolutely cracking engine. It's a 348cc single 4-stroke and it's air cooled. And with it being a Honda, you know full well it's built to last. So the longevity, the reliability, and more than that, the frugal mileage which you'll get out of this bike is all a positive for me. And I think the reliability of this engine will definitely be a step up over a few other brands which have got bikes in and around the 350 and the 400cc range. Third on the list is that engine note, that exhaust note. For me, it's a very distinctive sound, but also it's not an overpowering sound. It's not something which is going to wind you up and get on your nerves when you're listening to it, doing mile after mile. When I first heard the bike, I thought it kind of sounded like a narrowboat, a barge, just plodding along, under-stressed and in no hurry at all. But when you do open it up, especially in around third gear, and you start giving it some gas, it really does sting and sounds absolutely lovely. So next up for me has to be the chassis and the frame, the suspension. All of it works perfectly in harmony, and this bike handles so well. Just straight out of the box, no modifications whatsoever. The tyres which it came on, it just absolutely grips the road and you have confidence at all times to throw the bike in. Even in today's conditions, very wet and windy, for me, I have full confidence that when I drop the bike into a corner, it will go round that corner. So Honda have done a superb job with this chassis, it has to be said. So, build quality. This bike definitely feels a step up above a few other brands which I've ridden in the past for their budget price bikes. It definitely feels a bit more quality and a bit more care taken with certain aspects on the bike. The stitching on the seat's really nice. The paintwork, as with all Hondas, is excellent as usual. And I just feel the overall finish is just a little bit above and beyond the competitors on the market. So for me, the fit and finish of the bike is also another reason to consider this machine. As I touched on earlier, fueling. Honda claimed that this bike will do around 112, 113 miles per gallon. Now, that is exceptional fuel economy and something which is perfect if you're not wanting to spend your life in petrol stations constantly filling up. Also, it means you've got a great range on the bike with it having a 15-litre tank, which small tanks really annoy me on bikes. So I think Honda have got it absolutely spot on with this bike. A large tank and a very nice engine which sips the fuel is a win-win for me. So next up for me is the clutch and the gearbox. The slipper clutch on this bike is absolutely awesome. You can come up to a corner, bang it down a couple of gears, just drop the clutch and it'll bring the power back in nicely for you. There's no locking up of the engine. The gearbox is absolutely superb. I've missed 0 gears in the time I've had the bike and it's a positive change every time. So for me, this is another tick. The final thing on my list is versatility. This bike has that in buckets. There's so many extras which you can add to the bike to change its use and make it more usable and friendly throughout the year. Now, this bike which came to me had the screen on it, the handguards and the panniers. Now for me, that was absolutely a game changer because not having to carry a rucksack just made it so much more comfortable riding the bike. The handguards and the screen have taken so much wind shear and blast off my hands, off my chest and even off the bottom of my face that I think I would add these during winter and use them and then maybe drop them off in summer to give the bike a bit more of a clean look. You can also get USBs put on the bike, which is something I would also recommend, so you can charge your phone or your sat-nav. I hope you've all enjoyed my 3 videos on the Honda GB350S. I must say a big thank you to Honda UK for the loan of this bike for the last 2 weeks. It's been a real eye-opener and I'm so glad that I took the opportunity to test this bike out and see what it was all about, because it has put a smile on my face for the last 2 weeks and it has been such a joy to ride. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on the bike. I always like to interact with people and it's always nice to have a chat about bikes. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, but more importantly, remember to keep it shiny side up, and I'll see you all in the next one.